Good afternoon, friends. I am C. Raj Chawla, or I welcome you all to this webinar on live demo of GST return preparation and filing. At the outset, I wish to thank you all for the overwhelming response received on this short notice. I can see the total number of registration exceeding 800. Due to technological reason, we regret our inability to accommodate all 800 CAs to participate in this event who are keen to join this online session. However, looking at the response, we are encouraged to organize more such event in the time to come. We have Dr. Girish Ahuja to present this introductory remarks on GST session, followed by live demo of GST return preparation, which will be taken up by CA Vinod Kashyap ji. Without taking much time, let us listen to the word of wisdom from CA Dr. Girish Ahuja ji.
Good afternoon, friends. We were hearing so much that there's something coming to us for GST now. The D-Day is arriving now very fast. On 1st of July, the Finance Minister has said that we are going to implement the GST. And you must have seen many states have passed the GST bill also, besides, of course, the central government which has passed. I would like to talk to you something very important which is there in the GST. And that is the change in the indirect tax regime, which will bring a change in indirect tax structure along with the major changes in tax administrative system. The new tax administration system will be completely digitalized, where all the business processes in the chain and tax administration system will be automated. There will be no role of human intervention. The new system will have various software related controls to put a check on different kind of frauds which are possible in other tax administration system. Some of the frauds which the system will check are namely fraudulent bills. People sometimes rate fraudulent bills. Those will be stopped completely in this system. Improper input tax credit. You must have seen people are taking input tax credit on fake bills also, or on without verification whether that person who has sold that item has recorded that sale in the books or not and paid tax on that or not. Third is unrecorded sales. Now the system is going to be system driven and all bills will have to be raised, barring of course the small traders. On e-billing will be there, so there will be a problem in that. So no, there will be a complete control on that also. Then false payment of GST. People have shown bogus payment. They're thinking that the payment has been made, but let me tell you, in this case, when the payment is made in the bank system, the bank software will throw back that information to the system of the government. So you'll come to know directly from the bank whether GST has been deposited or not. Then under invoicing. A very peculiar feature of this case is under invoicing. You are selling a goods to somebody, say a normal customer, you are selling a goods for 300 rupees a kg. To a one customer you are selling a goods for 210 rupees a kg. Why there is a difference of 90 rupees? There is a big difference. Why this variance is there? It will be depicted there. Yes, there will be a system of having variance maybe to the extent of plus minus 5% or 10%. But beyond that, the system will immediately put, there will be a control. Why this is so much variance in this? And the last item, of course, is non-existent suppliers. People, record bogus purchases in their books and accounts, thinking that there is no cross-verification from the supplier side. Now, if you record a bill, there must be a seller for that, where it will be on the system. And if there is no seller, how can there be a purchaser of an item? How can you record it in your books? So let me tell you, this system which is coming at this administration is going to be very strong. Everything is controlled by no human intervention. Everything is e-controlled. So be careful that one has to abide by the law and you cannot commit any mistake in this respect. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, friends. I am Vinod Kashyap from NextGen Knowledge Solutions. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards CA Raj Chawla, who has provided me this opportunity to share some thoughts on the current subject of GST. Friends, in this small session, I will try to show you how GST returns can be prepared using software applications. So our agenda for this session is, first of all, to discuss about various options which are available for preparing GST returns. Then we will have a look at the GST returns preparation itself using software application, and thereafter I'll try to show you how these returns will be filed or uploaded at GST portal with the limited capability which the GST network has today. All the returns are, because the system itself is in development phase, so all the returns are not uploaded at the system. So let us start with the options which are available for preparing GST returns. The first option for preparation of GST returns is using the compliance software for preparation of return and uploading the data at GSP portal. So you can put the invoice level data of inward supply of goods and services as well as outward supply of goods and services into the compliance software. Then the compliance software prepares your GSTR1, which is outward supplies of goods and services, and uploads it at the GSP portal. From GSP portal, after validation of data, the data travels to GST server through secured layer. Similarly, the compliance software downloads the data from GSP portal for inward supply of goods and services, then matches it with the data which is being fed into the compliance software, and then the final data or the reconciled data is uploaded at GSP portal. So this is how the compliance software can be used for preparing the GST return. That is one option. But this option is more suitable for, say, smaller organization where the number of invoices are very limited. But in case the organization is large, it has got many invoices, so then this option is not viable, because feeding the data into compliance software is a time consuming job. So then there is a second option in which the invoice level data can be downloaded from the accounting system which the taxpayer is using. For example, ERP system, SAP or Tally or any other in-house custom developed accounting system. From there the data of sales register and purchase register can be downloaded in Excel or CSV format. This data can be exported to compliance software, and with once it is exported to compliance software, thereafter compliance software can prepare the return which needs to be uploaded to GSP portal, which is GSTR1. That is the only one return which is uploaded at GSP portal. The other returns are auto-populated by the system which are being downloaded. So other portion, that is the inward supply of goods and services, the data of these inward supply and goods and services can be downloaded by compliance software and then compared with the purchase register, and after reconciliation the reconciled data can be uploaded at GSP portal, and from there after validation it travels to GST server. So that is the second option which can be used for preparation of GST returns. Now let us prepare GST return. So we need to use compliance software. Friends, we have this Gov Reports cloud-based software which can prepare GST returns. So I'll try to show you how this data can be put into compliance software, and from there return can be prepared. Friends, allow me a few minutes to log in and start the software. So this is the first page where the taxpayer can log in. My password is already saved, so I am clicking on sign in. So when you log in, this is the screen which appears on your computer systems. It has got various dashboards, reports, review, report on various returns which are being prepared, like summarized report of GSTR 1, GSTR 2, GSTR 3, GSTR 4 and GSTR 5. Then it also has office management portion, job management, which you can see work in progress, not built, completed, clients overview also, and TRPs overview. Then it has my business, where you can create a profile of your own organization. So you can put in the relevant information which needs to be uploaded here, like PAN number of the organization, GSTIN, organization's name, its trade name, display name, contact person, email address, phone number, mobile number and fax number. So you have all relevant information available on the software itself. Then you have my clients on the menu, where you can go and you can add new clients into the system. So you need to click here. When you click here, this window appears. There you can feed in the organization's name, its GSTI number, PAN number, trading name, display name, and CRN numbers, customer's reference number, is auto populated or auto created by the system itself. Once you save it, it goes into the system. So your master data of your client is created in this. So what the advantage of creating a master data of your client will be, like, every time you don't need to put this data into the system. System can always, every time it will fetch from the master data and it will help you in preparation of invoices. Then you have authorized users also, a menu for authorized users. Within your office, you can authorize some of your people who can prepare the return. So here you can go and add new office staff, his name, last name and email. So this will be, when you save it, his profile is created here, and then you can go and you can also assign him some users right. So by clicking here, you get users permission. So when you click here, you get the privilege which you need to assign for a particular client. For example, this particular staff can have administrative privilege, he can add clients, or the clients can be added by you, he can only prepare the returns. So these are the features which are available in the office management system. Now let me show you how the system functions for preparation of returns. So we have clients which are already created. You can click on this window, new window, and add the clients. Due to limitation of time, I have already created a profile of one of the client. What information is required in the profile is like his GSTIN, PAN number, organization's name, trading name, display name. CRN number is created by the system itself. System keeps a track of all the clients. Then financial year for which you are preparing the GST returns. At the moment, the GSTIN is allowing preparation of GST returns for financial year 2016-17 only, and particularly for the month of March 17. So we have assigned here financial year 2016-17. Selling type is services, industry type accounting, bookkeeping, private limited company, regular. So this all profile we have created. You can add new clients here. You can add secondary information also, other branches information also, in case they have got branches in a different state. I'm sure you all are aware that GSTIN is allotted based on the state. In case a company has got branches in different states, so they need to take different GSTIN. Now from here, once you have created the profile of your client, then you can go to the ledger. Friends, we are dependent upon technology to conduct this session to show you how the returns are prepared. I hope the technology allows us without any interruption, and I am able to show you how the returns are prepared using the compliance software. Now for this client, Clearwater Solution, we have financial year 2016-17, and this is the dashboard which appears on your screen when you open a client's file. Now first of all, you need to go to settings, add the items in which your client is dealing. So when you click this window, it allows you to add the items. So you can select from the drop down window the various services which your client is offering. Similarly, there will be a window for goods also in case client is dealing in goods only. Here we have an example of services. So you don't need to remember the HSN code and all. This system will provide all the information. Then you can also assign the price which is attached to this service in case standard price is there. But there is a flexibility. If there is a variation in the price, you can always change the price in the invoice which you are raising. Same way, if you are buying the services from the other persons also, then you can assign the purchase price and create the account. Once you save it, your item master is created, and then every time you don't need to remember the item description and its HSN code or SSC code. After completing your item master, then you can go and prepare your data of your sales register. So within sales register, you can click here, the drop down window will open. It will show you, first of all, you need to create the customers. So you can click here. Here you can add the customer. Now for example, I'll try to show you the customer being added here. Friends, at the moment the system is in development phase, GST system itself. So for test purpose, we have been provided some GSA number which can be used for testing the software. I'll try to take up one of the test GSA number to show you how the customer can be created in software. So we have GSA number, this business name XYZ Enterprise, salutation Mr. Ramesh Kumar, sorry, last name is to be added here. Display name XYZ Enterprise only. This will be auto populated. Then his contact email address. So I am putting an imaginary email address for him. Then telephone number. Then his mobile number. Then we need to provide his office address, city. Okay, the moment we put the city's name, it auto populates the state and the country. We also need to provide the postal code. When you save it, your customer's master data is created. Customer is added successfully into the software system. Now in case there is some error, you can always edit this data and again save it. Now let us move on to invoices. See, here we have some of the invoice which have already been created earlier. Now for creating a new invoice, what you can do is you can click on add invoice. You need to put the customer's name here. So we have created a new customer profile. This is XYZ Enterprises. So once we put the customer's name, his address and other information is auto populated by the system. So the chances of making any error in the address or GST number is eliminated. Now since the system is running on the test basis and we can create the data for only March 2017, so we need to go to March 2017, pick up a date for invoice, for example say 30th March 2017. Now we need to put the item description. So since this client's profile is for services, now this is the standard rate which we have put for any services, but we can always modify it. So here I am modifying it for say 30,000 rupees. Now system will automatically calculate the GST applicable on this amount. You don't need to remember the rates, you don't need to remember which GST is applicable, whether it is CGST, SGST or it is IGST. Based on the place of supply, the artificial intelligence is provided into the system which creates this tax amount, creates the tax liability. Now you can save this invoice by clicking on this icon. So here you can see invoice has been added successfully. So one by one you can put the data of all invoices into the compliance software and save it. Now for sales invoice this is not sufficient. You need to do one more step, that is mark as sent. You can prepare the invoice, keep it as a draft invoice, but when the goods or services are delivered, that is the time you mark it as a present, as sent. So here we are marking, would you like to mark as sent? Yes. Okay. So now this invoice is marked as, transaction has been marked as sent. So we have created one sales invoice for this client. Similarly, you can put the data or you can enter the data of all your sales invoice into the compliance software. Now you can have a look at the tax invoice which the software has created. All the required information which is required for a tax invoices under the GST rules is populated in the tax invoice. Unless the information is complete, the system will not allow you to create tax invoice. Now let's go to purchase. Here we have, say, suppliers information. So for purchase we already have two suppliers. In case there is a new supplier, we can add the supplier, create a new supplier, or if the service is coming from an existing supplier, we can straight away go and create the bill. So here, to save on the time, I am not creating a new supplier, I am just using the existing supplier. Creating a new supplier is a very simple job. You can just click here, add suppliers. So a new window will appear where you can put in the data of your new supplier. First of all, the system asks whether it is a registered supplier or an unregistered supplier. I'm sure you all are aware that in case of a registered supplier, the supplier charges the GST in its bill. But in case it is an unregistered supplier, then the recipient has to pay the GST by way of RCM charge. Now let us move on to bills. We have three bills already created, purchase bills already created. Let us add one more bill. We can use one of the existing suppliers name. So system will give you the names of suppliers which are already there in your master data of supplier. So say we are adding supplier's name in the bill. So the moment you put the supplier's name in the bill, system itself fetches its information, address. Then since it is a purchase bill, the bill number will be provided by your supplier. So you need to enter their supplier's bill number. So let us say this bill number is 01234. Now again the date of bill for test purpose should belong to financial year 2016-17 and for a particular month of March. So we are taking the date as 31st March 2017, the last day of the financial year. Now we need to add the item detail or item description. So a drop down window will show you what all services have been created in the masters. So invoice can be added for only those services. In case there is any new service, so first of all you need to go to item master, add their new service, and then only you can do this. Now here for purchase of services there is a standard price which has been assigned as 15,000, but we can always modify it. So I am adding here, making it 25,000. So the total amount becomes 25,000 rupees taxable amount. The system itself calculates the tax applicable on this amount, CGST and SGST. Those GST those relevant GST rules have already been incorporated into the system by way of artificial intelligence. So you can add as many number of items which are there in the bill, and then once you have completed this, you can add for the freight, insurance, or packing forwarding charges if there are any. Once you have completed all the things, then you can check it once before saving it, and after checking you can click on this item. So here it populates the data into an invoice format just to ensure that a tax invoice level data is created or tax level data is entered into the compliance software, so that see half of your problem is solved, half of your work is done if your sales invoice is GST rules compliant and your data is all data of purchase is also GST rules compliant. So that is the reason we are trying to create an invoice for recipient in case of purchase also, and one by one you can go on adding all the purchase bills into the compliance software. Now here one thing I would like to tell you, since in case of large organization the number of invoices could be large, so you don't need to wait for the end of the month. What you can do is you can go on adding the invoice and saving at GST portal on a regular interval basis, which could be either on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. And once you have entered all the invoice, all the bills, then you can go to accounts, see the accounts which are created. It will show you the affected accounts, it's a balance in the account. Similarly, you can go to report section where various reports are available. For example, trial balance. It will give you trial balance for limited transactions which you have put into the system. If you put all the transaction into the system, then the system will give you trial balance of all the transaction which you have put into the system. So here it is showing the transaction, the limited number of invoice of sales and purchase which you have put into the system. Now you can go back and then see the other report which is available in the system, which is in the form of general ledger summary. So it will show you beginning balance, total debit, total credit, net activity, and closing balance. It can also give you profit and loss account. If the relevant information for income as well as for expenditure side is put into the system, it will prepare the profit and loss account. Then similarly, it can also prepare the balance sheet provided all the relevant information is put into the system. So for a smaller organization, it can work as an accounting software also. They can use it as for compliance reporting purpose as well as for keeping the account in the system itself. So these are all the reports which are available in the system, in this compliance software. And once you have completed inputting the data of all your outward supply of goods and services based on which your GSTR1 will be prepared, and inward supply of goods and services which is required for reconciling the data which you download from the GSP portal in the form of GSTR2A. When you download for this form GSTR2A, the compliance software will compare the data with the data which has come from your accounting system, and in case there is any mismatch, it will give you the report of mismatch item, and then you can reconcile it. Now let us go to GST and see the returns prepared based on the information, based on the limited information which we have fed into the software, limited number of invoice which we have filed. Now your first return is GSTR1, which is outward supply of goods and services, or the data of your sales register which is being uploaded at GST portal. Friends, this is the only return which is prepared and then uploaded at the GST portal. Rest all returns are auto-populated by the system, and you just reconcile those data with your accounting reports, records, and after reconciliation you upload the reconciled data at GST portal. So by clicking at this GSTR1 icon, the software prepares your summary of your return GSTR1 which is being uploaded. Now here, if you want to drill down the information which is available in the form of summarized information, you can click at this item. It will show you the invoice level data. You can have a look at it. Now here you can see this information. This is already uploaded at the GST portal, and then its return, it has also been filed. So again, coming back to GSTR1, now we have added one invoice in case of sales. So we can click on GSTR1, then it will save that invoice level data at GST portal. So let me just click on this icon. So the software is giving you a warning whether you want to save this information at GST portal. If you click yes, it will connect you to GST server. Now friends, you will remember that you have given a registered mobile number at the time of registration. So it will give you a one-time password. Now for the test purpose, they have provided a one-time password which is already fed into the system. So it is connected and your GSTR1 is successfully saved at GSP portal. It throws a message, GSTR1 has been successfully saved for the invoices which we have put into the compliance software. So this way you can go on saving the invoice level data either on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. In case the number of invoices is large, you can do this on a daily basis, save the invoice level data at GSP portal. So at the end of the month, you don't have the burden of putting the data of say 500 invoice or 1000 invoice. And once you have completed the saving of all invoice level data of the month, then you can click on this item, file GSTR return. So your return will be filed at GST portal. So here again it gives you the summary of your return which is being submitted in the form of GSTR1, and it is all system generated compliance software is prepared. And once you click this submit button, the system uploads your GSTR1 at GST portal and gives you a message that yes, your GSTR1 has been successfully filed at GST portal. Now friends, this way your GSTR1 has been prepared and filed at the GST portal. There are more returns, that is GSTR2, then GSTR1A. GSTR1, you upload the data of your outward supply for goods and services. It goes to your recipients, and then in case he has some mismatched data, then he puts this data and it is auto populated. You download it in the form of GSTR1A, you reconcile it and then upload it. So but for the functionality for this is not yet ready at GSTN portal. So friends, I will not be able to show you how this GSTR2 is downloaded from the system, GST system, and reconciliation is done. But as and when the GSTN portal is ready, they provide us the APIs, then I'll be able to show you how GSTR 2A is downloaded from GST portal and how the reconciliation of data is done by matching the data of inward supply of goods and services with your purchase register or the data of inward supply and goods and services which you have put into the compliance software. Similarly for GSTR 1A. Now GSTR 3 is the monthly return. This return also you don't prepare. This is auto-populated by the system based on your final GSTR 1 return, which is outward supply of goods and services, and final return of GSTR 2, which is inward supply of goods and services. Once these two returns are final, and then you have reconciled your electronic cash ledger with your electronic liability ledger, made the payment of taxes due on the monthly return, and then once the payment is made, thereafter by just clicking at this icon, your monthly return will be filed. So friends, this is how you can prepare your GST returns using compliance softwares. Now since there is a limited functionality available at the moment, the returns which you download from GST portal, this also comes in the form of this information. I am trying to show you how you drill down the information and compare it with your accounting reports. So your GSTR 2A will also be downloaded in this fashion, and here you can drill down the information to invoice level. Once you click this icon, then it takes you to the invoice level data. So friends, this was a brief demo of how you can prepare your invoice level data, how you can prepare your GSTR returns using the software applications. Now in case you have any queries or questions, we can try to take up those queries or questions. Hello. In case friends you have any queries or questions, you can please ask. I'll try to answer all your queries and questions now.
Hello Vinodji.
Haji, yes please.
Yeah, there is one question. Can you share this presentation with us? Can we
Presentation,
get the PDF?
yes, we can definitely share. Yes, we will share with all of you. I'll prepare a PDF and send it to you on your email address which you have shared. It will come to you in say next 24 hours. I'll try to send it to you today itself. Yes. Friends, in case you have any further queries, you can write us an email. I'll share my email address with you. You can write an email.
Next query is, okay.
Yes, please. Yeah, please take up.
What is the procedure to revise a return?
Procedure to revise a return is, actually we cover it in a different presentation. The practical aspects of GST, which is in a 1.5 hour presentation. There we try to show you all the steps which are involved in uploading various returns.
Okay. Next question is whether we can upload sales and purchases data.
Friends, you are not required to. Friends, you are required to upload only one return. Rest of the data is auto-populated. You just reconcile with you upload the data of your outward supply of goods and services, which is in GSTR 1. Other information or other data is downloaded from the system, and you reconcile with your accounting records and then upload the reconciled data at the GST portal. Friends, I'll definitely take up the other presentation, the practical aspects of GST, where we discuss these all issues in detail.
Okay. Next question is separate registration to be taken for different branches?
If it is a different state, then you need to take a different registration. It is state
within
wise.
Same state. Within same state.
Within same state, if you have different business verticals, then you can go. You may go for different registrations. The rules provide for that.
All the time we save GSTR1 OTP will be sent to the registered mobile number.
Yes.
The software
it will
is
go to the registered mobile number.
Okay. The next question is The software is currently in beta mode. When it is likely to be completed?
I think you are the best person to answer this question, Raj.
Actually, we are an application service provider. We are linking with the GST Suvidha provider to get all the API services from GSP service provider as well as GSTN API services, which we are expecting to happen within 2 weeks of time from in June. So most probably by June 15th, between June 15th onwards, we can expect the full-fledged software will be available in the market. Can you
Any other
please
question
share some more videos on the topics from start to end? What is GST and everything, all the topics?
Friends, we have put the recording of all the webinars that we have conducted till date on YouTube. What we will do is we'll share with you the link to those YouTube videos. You can watch those videos.
Okay, the next question is, the software is basically for the accounting for small firm. If the client is using any other software, then using this software for filing is duplicacy of work. Is it so?
No, friends. There is an additional functionality of import of data in the form of CSV or Excel sheet from ERP system. I have shown you two options in the system, but due to the limitation of time, we cannot show the functionality of both the options in 1 hour session. But yes, we have a separate session which is recorded and available at YouTube. I will try to send you the link to that session, recording. You can have a look at the recording. There we have described in detail how the files will be imported in Excel and CSV format from ERP system, SAP or Tally to compliance software, and there the return will be prepared.
Okay. The next question is, what about stock register maintenance? Shall I answer this question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Basically, this GovReports is a lodgement software, complete GST compliance software, which we are not taking serious about the accounting as well as inventory system. Okay. The next question is, please share your contact details. Okay. So that's
okay, friends. What we'll try to do is we'll send you when we send you the presentation, copy of presentation, they will share with you the contact details also, email address as well as contact number. You can contact us.
Okay. The next question is, how can we trial the software to ensure the features suitable for our practice?
You are the best person to answer this question, Raj.
How can we trial the software? It is the GovReports is a generic software. Any particular industry or anything, they can try to use this one. For example, if you are in the building industry, if you need something, any specific features to meet out the GST compliance and reporting, you can always come to us. We can see to that those features will be added to the GovReports so that we can lodge your returns without any trouble. Okay. The next question is, what are the information need to be uploaded in the software for export of service?
Can you take up this question, Raj?
Export of service. I couldn't understand the exact meaning of this question, but I can tell you what is the export of service. CSV files and other data from ERP software or any other accounting software, we have the provisions to import the data. Once imported, we will be looking at all the validations for the data before lodging to the GSTN. Once the GSTN completed, the lodgement, everything completed, these data can be validated, lodged data can be exported to the respective other business management software seamlessly the way it is imported inside GovReports. Okay, what is the next question? Sir, when is next session?
Next session, friends, we'll let you know. You'll receive a mail shortly. We'll try to organize something next week shortly.
June 6th. Okay. Next question is, how to upload the Excel file in software?
See, for that we have a separate session, friends. Its recording is available at YouTube. We'll send you the link. You can have a look at that session and you will be able to get how these Excel files are imported from ERP system into compliance software, and from there how this returns are prepared and uploaded at GSP portal.
Okay. will your software capable for extracting date of sale and purchase from tally like software is mismatched to be cleared? Okay, so this one, June 6th, we are going to have a digital data matching center reconciliation type of things. So if you attend that one, you will come to know how we are doing the mismatching entries reconciled. The next question is, before return filling or after that, how we can export data from our regular software to compliance software?
Actually, that is covered in a separate session.
Yes, separate, no.
One full session is there on how to
So you
prepare
can view
GST
all
returns
the,
using any other software.
Yeah, you can always view the recordings which is available in the GovReports website under webinar column. Whatever webinar we presented all these days, you can go there and listen to the recorded voice, recorded items there. Who needs to take GST registration?
Any person or a trader whose turnover exceeds rupees 20 lakhs needs to take a registration. Friends, these things are basically covered in your theoretical sessions, which are being taken up by way of seminars and conferences these days. We are focusing more on practical aspects of GST, like how the returns are prepared, how they are filed, how the data is reconciled.
Okay, the next question is, GST or 1A is for reconciliation. What is the time limit of reconciliation?
Time limit of reconciliation is 5 days. See, GSTR 1A is available for download, see, on 11th, and thereafter you need to upload it by 15th of subsequent month.
So GSTR 1 we are submitting on 10th, 11th we will be having the 2A, 15th we are submitting GSTR 2, 16th we will be getting 1A for our reconciliation purposes. The 1 and 1A has to match each other, 2 and 2A has to match each other. That means 16th to 20th you got 4 or 5 days time to completely reconcile before you can lodge your GSTR 3. Okay, there is another question. Limit of reconciliation, whether 17th or 20th, what is the procedure to, okay, the limit they are asking 17th or 20th. So no one is asking us whether when we are going to reconcile the GSTR 1 and GSTR 2. But when you are about to lodge your GSTR 3 on 20th, all the data for your supplies and purchases has to match before submitting your GSTR 3. Okay, the next question is, what is the procedure to revise sales return? If I use the beta version, will I be able to add all my clients and be, okay, this is the next question I think. If I use the beta version, will I be able to add all my clients?
Friend, you can send this question. It seems the question is not very clear. You can write a mail, we'll try to answer you.
Again, they are asking for please share the links of other videos in the mail.
We'll send you a mail on this, friends.
Okay.
Please be sure.
Okay, these are all the questions, Vinod.
Okay, friends. Thank you for your time.